Hello everyone and welcome to this week's behind the scenes devlog video, and this week's video is going to be slightly different from usual because over the last couple of weeks I've had a lot of other stuff going on and I haven't really made that much progress in Equilinox. Last week my parents were in Berlin visiting me and I spent a few days with them, and then this week I've been in Münster for a few days with some friends and I just got back last night, and then tomorrow I'm going to be going off to Wolfsburg for the weekend. So I've been having a bit of time off. It's been like a bit of a late summer holiday. But I did manage to get a few things done in Equilinox, and so this video is just going to be a few random clips and recordings of the stuff that I did manage to get done between all of the other stuff that I was doing in the last 2 weeks. So it won't be in the usual diary format, but that is just for this week. Next week everything is going to be back to normal and I will be back to working full-time on Equilinox. So one thing that I'm going to be doing a bit more work on this week is the clouds, and you can see now that I've made them dynamic so they can now move around in the world, and I've also been working on how they're rendered so they're now all batched together into basically a single mesh so that they can all be rendered in a single draw call, which is just a bit more efficient. So next up today I wanted to have a go at creating some new cloud models for Equilinox, and I've just spent the last hour or so trying to make some nicer looking low poly clouds, but it ended up being a little bit more tricky than I thought it was going to be, and unfortunately I wasn't very successful, and these were the best that I could make. So obviously I'll have to have another go at this at some point in the future and come back and make some better models because I'm really not happy with how these look. But for now I don't really want to spend any more time on this, so I've just put them into the game as placeholders for now, and I also updated the cloud system a bit so that it can now randomly choose between the 3 cloud models. So to finish off the day today, I'm just preparing for the next tutorial, which is going to be about rendering a scene to a cube map texture, and as you can see I'm just creating the scene here in Blender and I'm using some of the old Soccer One models to do that. Just been doing a bit of quick work on the entity system, and as you can see sheep can now eat the berries off the bushes, and after a while the berries will grow back again. Just been doing a bit more work for the next tutorial, and I've been creating a new engine which I can use as like an example engine in the tutorial, and as you can see I've just got it rendering some basic parts of the scene so far, and also over here in Blender I finished off the scene now so you can see basically what it's going to look like. This evening I've been working on adding a new species into Equilinox, which is these flowers here, and I've just finished off creating the fully grown model for the flowers, and now I just need to create the other younger versions. As you can see I've now finished doing all of the models for the growth stages of the flower, and at the moment I'm just working on the species settings and then I will put it into the game. So as you can see I have now added the new flower species into the game, which wasn't too much trouble. And I'm actually really happy with how they look. I think they look very nice, especially the way that they move around in the wind. I think that works very nicely with the model. So yeah, I'm very happy with that, and I am going to get to bed now. Just been doing a bit more work on the new engine for the tutorial, and as you can see all the basic rendering functionality is in there now. I've got the scene all nicely set up. And I just need to add a few more fancy things in, like skybox and water, and then that will pretty much be done. It is 7:30 on Tuesday morning, and I've just been doing some packing because today I'm going to be getting the train and going down to Münster, which is in the west of Germany. I'm going to be spending a few days there with some friends, and then I'll be back on Thursday evening. So I'm probably not going to get that much done in the game for the next few days, but I'm going to be taking my laptop anyway so that I can maybe get some stuff done on the train journey, which I think is about 4 hours. But yeah, I will be back on Thursday evening. So it is Friday afternoon now, and today I'm just working on this week's behind the scenes devlog video because I need to get that done before I go off to Wolfsburg tomorrow. And also last night when I was on the way back from Münster, I managed to finish implementing the water into the new tutorial engine. So that little scene is looking pretty nice now. But for this week, that is pretty much going to be it. Next week, everything should be back to normal. I'm going to be getting back from Wolfsburg on Sunday evening, So I'll have all next week to work on Equilinox, and hopefully I'll have lots of progress to show you next weekend. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this video. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you all next time.